everyone. It's Robin. Welcome to today's Ambassador Kickoff Orientation. I'm so excited to have all of you here. I'm Robin Walker Murphy, Director of Membership Development and Engagement for the National Guild, and I'll be serving as your presenter today. I'm really happy to have my friend and colleague, James Horton, on the line, Director of Learning and Digital Media, who will be helping me out throughout this presentation. So before we begin, let me mention that this is a webinar. This webinar is being recorded. The recording will be posted online in the Guild's Member Center Monday, July 20th. So if there's anything that you missed or you want to go back and you want to watch it again, you'll be able to do that starting July 20th. This webinar is scheduled to last 60 minutes. Due to the number of participants, your lines have been muted. If you'd like to ask a question, type it into the chat box on the right-hand side of your screen. There's also an option if you want to raise your hand to speak, you can do that as well. While we have much ground to cover, I plan to pause periodically to respond to questions. So our goal today is to familiarize you with the Ambassador Network and the process for organizing an Ambassador event. So welcome again. We're so excited to officially begin this program. All of us at the Guild would like to thank you for joining us on this new adventure as we work to strengthen our networks. We are truly honored. And before I get started, I just want to say a few things about you. There's 18 of you in total. All of you are truly dynamic leaders. We have organizations that are CYD organizations, creative youth development organizations, music schools. We have Progressive Arts Alliance, DePaul Community Music Division in Chicago, Safe C in Texas, RawWorks in Lynn, Massachusetts, the Joel Mitchell Foundations in New York. We have just so many really great organizations, and we just want to just thank you for joining us and helping us to develop this program. And I will send you a full list of all the ambassadors soon. So that will be coming up. So what is an ambassador? So even though you signed up, I think it's always good just to go over again. What is it that you're doing? What is it that we've developed? So the ambassadors are volunteers from within the Guild's membership who serve as points of contact to Guild members throughout the country. They work as part of the Members Council and in collaboration with chapter chairs and Guild staff to foster engagement and promote communication among the members. And there are two types of ambassadors. There are location-based ambassadors and there are network ambassadors. Location-based ambassadors are from across the country, while location-based ambassadors conduct activities in their geographic area. These activities are open to the entire membership, so ambassadors represent and serve all members. So, if you're in Connecticut and you're planning an event and there are people in Connecticut who can get together, if it's a face-to-face, then that's great. But if you also want to do something virtually and invite everyone, you can do that too. So you're not inhibited just by your geographic location. We have network ambassadors that have been determined by Guild staff and also in thinking about the composition and the needs of our membership. So right now we have creative youth development, collegiate divisional, arts and education, and we'll be piloting and rural networks very soon. So those are the two types of ambassadors. So what are our goals? So your goals are to share ideas, tools, and techniques with the membership, identifying needs and opportunities. So this is a great program for our members to say, hey, I really love a professional development, on something that I'm challenged by, and for as an ambassador, you to be able to meet that need for our membership, and also to collaborate and develop new knowledge and practices for growth and sustainability. So it's a really, really important role for the Guild to have really high quality, well-seasoned ambassadors like yourself. So this is the fun part. So these are the events that we have. They're both formal and informal and that you can choose from. So formal events are things like webinars, like what we're doing now, a conference call or a virtual chat. So I know a lot of people, we would like to actually be able to see who they're talking to, so that would be the virtual chat. You can create an event that has a speaker or a panel discussion, or you can also do a mini conference. So some chapters in the past have had like a half day or a full day conference. And also there's informal events. So if you just want to get together and just community build, you can do like an after work at a bar or a lounge or a restaurant. Also art events are super fun. So if you want to go and see a new exhibit together or go see a dance recital together, that's something else you could do. Site visits are really important to be able to visit other organizations and share best practices, and also Twitter chats. Twitter is becoming a really great platform to be able to expand the dialogue and have conversations around things in arts and education. This looks like a lot of information. Luckily, it's in the Ambassador Handbook, which is on the website. If you want me to send you another copy, I will do that. But let's go over it really quickly. So this is what we're thinking will be a best practice in terms of planning a formal event. So 8 weeks before the event, you'll select a date, location, and topic. You'll notify and determine the invite list in consultation with me. 6 weeks before, submit an event planning form, and we'll get that to you. 2 weeks before, have a check-in call with me to see how things are going, any bumps in the road, anything we want to make sure that we can foresee that may be a problem that we want to smooth out. 1 week before, send a final RSVP list. 1 week after, send the final participant list, because with that list, we love to be able to send a survey to the people who participated in your event just to get the feedback from them. Planning an informal event is, a little bit shorter amount of time. So 5 weeks before, you can select a date, location, and topic. 3 or 4 weeks before, you can submit the event planning form. 1 week before, send a final RSVP list, and 1 week after, send a final participant list. And this would be a good time to really quickly, if there's anyone who has questions at this point, you can put it in write it in the little chat box, or you can raise your hand, and I'll hold for about 30 seconds to see if anyone has any questions. Okay, it looks like we're doing good. All right,
We actually had a couple questions just come in, Robin.
Awesome.
Oh, they're flowing now. This is great. Thank you so much.
I don't see it on my end. I'm missing all the fun. Where the questions at?
Nancy had a question. Do we send the RSVP list to the National Guild?
You're going to send it. Hi, Nancy. You're going to send it to me. You'll send it to me, and I'll have my email address at the end of this presentation.
And do we send the invites, or should the ambassador send the invites out to folks they're inviting to a convening?
That's a great question, too. So part of that, when we talk about the, we'll come up with the RSVP, the invite list and consultations, but we'll talk about that and figure out which one that makes sense. Most of the time it may be coming from us, but that's part of that process of like looking at what the event is, giving the date, the topic, and then we'll figure out what makes more sense. Is this something that's small enough that you can go ahead and send out? Is this something that's really, really big and that we need to send out? So we'll come up with that plan together.
Great. Thank you, Robin. And then we had another one come in from Maria. Do we have a budget for these events?
Hi, Maria. Thank you very much for that very important question. Currently, we do not have a budget for the events. However, if you have an event and there's a speaker or something that you want, we'll talk about this on a case-by-case basis. The hope is that into the future we will be able to have small grants that we can provide. For this first pilot, we do not. But again, we'll take it on a case-by-case basis. If there's something that you really want to do, please reach out and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you so much. And then I have one more before I let you get back to your presentation, Robin. This one comes into us from Rebecca. Are we planning these events in conjunction with other ambassadors from our area?
Well, Rebecca, you are a co-ambassador. If you're in a co-ambassador situation, so you and your co-ambassador should be in contact and communication and thinking about what the event is going to be and what it is that you want to happen. I think in the future, and again, I'm so open and would love for us to think about how we're forming this together. will be great so that other members can start to give us feedback on what they want to see. But right now, if you're in your co-ambassador position, it'll be you and your co-ambassador plan that. All of you all don't have co-ambassadors. People in really big states, have a co-ambassador. So you and your co-ambassador will be planning these events together. And if you're part of a network, so if you are like a CYD on Arts and Ed, Collegiate Divisional, you have a whole steering committee. And so as you get and form your steering committees in Arts and Ed, we'll talk about that formation of what the steering committee and how we form that together. Those will also be another pool of people for the network ambassadors that you can use to help you think about like what the event is going to be.
And Robin, we had another one just come in from Troy. How do we know if we're co-ambassadors or not?
If I have not told you that you're a co-ambassador, then you're not. So we have only a few. We have co-ambassadors for, and I'm going to send you all the full ambassador list. So we have co-ambassadors for California. We have co-ambassadors for Georgia. We have co-ambassadors for Texas. So those are the places that have co-ambassadors at this time.
And that's it.
And also for the network, the co-ambassadors for arts and education. There's a co-ambassador.
That's it for now, Robin. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all for your great questions. Okay. So support. What kind of support, can we offer you in doing this really important work? This slide has a list of the tools that the Guild can provide to help you convene both virtually and in person. I also want to add that I'm always available to help you brainstorm ideas. I love doing event planning and getting people together, so please reach out to me and I will help you in any way that I can. Also, our Members Council will be here and available to support you. I'm going to provide you with a list of everyone who's on the Members Council. So people who are on the Members Council who are not ambassadors, they've all been contacted and informed that a part of their new responsibilities is going to be to support the work that you're doing. So once I give you that list, you feel free to reach out to them if you need any of their support. But again, I'm always here. So these are things that we can give you to support your work. So webinar support, so we can set you up. If you want to do a webinar, we'll set you up and teach you how to do that using our code. The conference call number, we can give you publicity, so the outreach for the event and getting it out and putting it on the ambassador page and on the website. Booking support, if you need help in terms of finding a speaker or booking a speaker or location, we're here to also help you with that. And again, like I said, our Members Council are super excited to help you in thinking about the planning and the execution of these events as well. So benchmarks. So who doesn't love a good benchmark, especially busy people like you? So we wanted to make it really clear. So all ambassadors should have produced one event prior to the conference in November. And the conference is November 11th through the 14th. So that's the first benchmark, and that can be either a formal event or an informal event, but we're asking that you have one completed before the conference in November. So check-in chats. These are times that we can get together and just check in and see how the process is going. This is the time where you can share any feedback, share best practices and challenges in this, and also just support each other. So if you made it to this webinar, you can check that one off your list. And I'll send doodles for all of these. I'm probably going to split you all up into different cohorts so that we don't have 18 people trying to have a conversation. So we'll have another one in September. Those of you all who can make it to the conference in November, February, and then in June. So those will be, I would just ask you to block off around 75 minutes for those meetings, and those will be times for us to kind of give, like I said, support, share some best practices and some challenges, and for you all to give me feedback on what's working with the program and what we need to change and what we need to tweak. So we're really excited this year. At the conference, we're going to have a Meet the Ambassador breakfast. That's going to take place on Friday, November 13th from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. And the purpose of this breakfast is to introduce you to the membership, share highlights from your event. So we'll ask some of you to share some highlights from the events that you've produced. and also to hear from our members, so to kind of learn from them like what they would like to see. And we're also working out a special speaker rate for you all at the conference, and we'll tell you more about that as it gets a little bit closer. Okay, so thank you all so much for listening patiently. So if you have any questions, this is your time to ask your questions. And again, you can raise your hand if you want to, or you can type it into the chat box. So James, are there any questions?
No questions yet, Robin.
No questions?
No.
None? Nobody has a question.
Nothing yet.
Okay. Did I answer them all?
I think so. If anybody has any questions, please, by all means, let us know.
Okay, because I'm going to move on to the next one.
Oh, Nancy actually just had a great question. Thank you so much, Nancy. She wanted to know if there was meeting space available at the National Guild.
That's an excellent question, Nancy. We do have meeting space. I need to find out what it would take for us to be able to secure a space here. So that's, yeah, I'll need to get back to you on that, but that's an excellent question. Thank you, Nancy.
And a recording of this webinar will be posted to our website probably at the top of next week, Monday. Thank you, Santina. That's it, Robin.
That's it? Okay, because now it's time for my favorite slide. One last thing. You rock. Thank you all so much for, like I said, taking this journey with us. This is going to be a very, very important aspect of the work that we're doing for our members. And we're really excited to have this very special group of people doing this work. And here's my information. If you have any questions, you can email me or give me a call. And I'll be in touch with you all in the next couple of weeks or so just to check in. And, you know, just a check-in call, or just so we can get started, so we can start working together.
I have a couple more questions that are coming in. This one comes from Magda.
Hi, Magda.
Are there specific themes or issues that you would like for us to think about with planning our events?
I don't have any specific things on my end. You all are the experts in this, and that's why you all were selected. So that's what's really exciting about it, is that we have people like you who know like what should be talked about, who know what we should be convening about. But definitely, if you want to talk to me and we can brainstorm something together, I would love to be able to do that.
Excellent. And then we have another one that came in from Fiona. Hi, Fiona. How you doing today?
Hi, Fiona.
If somebody has a great idea about a workshop or an event, is there a forum where they can share it with other ambassadors?
Is there a forum?
Forum, a place where they can share ideas about what they're doing.
As far as other ambassadors or someone in the membership?
Other ambassadors.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. Yeah, I think that that's the other aspect, is like coming up with some kind of, you know, not necessarily it has to be a Yahoo group, but some kind of place for us to communicate. So that's something else that I'm trying to figure out and working out, like where can we just be able to email each other back and forth and share ideas. So that's another tool that we'll be developing really, really soon. I hope that answers your question, but I think that's that.
And that's all I have.
All right. Thank you all so much. I thought it was going to be an hour, but it wasn't. But I'm sure you all have a lot of things to do. If you have any questions or you want to call me, please do. Thank you all very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.